Lizzi! It's been 12 years.
I know.
Where have you been?
Just kind of got busy with stuff. You know,
Yeah?
graduated college, got married. What have you been up to?
Children. Lots of children.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And we're back here in the historic Roslyn Theatre.
Yeah.
It reminds me of our old show, Film Face.
Oh, that was great times.
Yeah. So what are we watching today? Moana 2, Inside Out 2, Beetlejuice 2, Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, An American Saga Part 2, Juror Number 2, Smile 2, the live-action Lion King 2, Twister 2, Blink Twice.
None of those.
Oh, okay. Sonic 3, Deadpool 3, X3, Terrifier 3, Venom 3, Paddington 3.
No, not those either.
Kung Fu Panda 4, Despicable Me 4, Godzilla 4, Fantastic Four 4. Are those good bunnies? I haven't seen those since you tried to show me all those scary alien movies. No, Brian.
Yes, Lizzie.
You didn't.
I did.
Reynolds! I don't know who that is.
Oh, you gotta put the...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alien Romulus. Okay.
You're welcome. I missed you!
I missed you too.
Awful.
Horrible. Not good.
Gah.
Really bad.
Really awful.
Never good.
This movie was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I'm super proud of you. Yeah. So this is Alien Romulus. This is the 9th movie in the Alien series.
Is it the 9th one?
Uh-huh. Wait, is that including, like...
All the offshoots?
Some people were, I think technically for Alien it's 7, but I think if you include Alien vs. Predator it's 9.
The voice from God is called Davis, everybody.
Welcome to Davis, our director.
Let's name all the Alien movies.
Aliens. Alien 3?
Alien Resurrection.
Yes.
Predator. Alien versus Predator. Alien versus Predator 2.
Yes.
Prometheus. Covenant. Wait, was there one between Covenant and Prometheus? Was there another one?
There were like 10 short films.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Okay. So this is like the 9 3/4 Alien movie.
9 3/4.
Yes. And it was very good. I very much enjoyed it. Do you want to give us a summary of what happens in this movie? Like really vague plot?
Sure. Should we introduce ourselves first?
I guess. Who do you think is watching this? People know who we
Our
are.
mom. Your wife.
Yeah, right?
Hi,
My children.
everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, guys. This is Film Face. We're so excited to be here. We're back. It's been a long time. Anyway, my name is Brian.
I'm Lizzie.
Yeah, we're back. It's great.
We're back.
So it's the 9th movie in the series. Mm-hmm. And Lizzie, you want to take it away? Tell us what happens in the movie.
Alien happens.
So many times.
I'll talk about it.
So many times.
This movie starts up with our main characters, Rain, and who she calls her brother, but who is her robotic companion friend, Andy. They are on a... That's true. Spoiler.
Colony. It's on a colony planet.
Yeah, they're on a colony, a really dreary mining colony planet, working for, of course, Weyland-Yutani, the overarching evil megacorp of the alien universe, and she is really hoping to get them moved off-world to this planet where she hears there are beautiful sunsets because there's no sun on this land, and she's punched in all her hours at the mining facility where her parents died.
Yep.
when the company pulls the rug from under her feet at the last minute and says, just kidding, actually, you haven't fulfilled all your hours that you needed to work in order for you to be free from this contract, so we're going to need to keep you for a long time.
Till you die.
Essentially, yeah, till you die. So
but there's one chance. There's a chance.
there might be a chance. So she gets a message from her friend.
Yes.
Ex-boyfriend.
Some tension there.
Yeah. Tyler. I haven't named any actors' names yet. I guess I didn't say the two main actors are Kaylee Seeley? Spaney. Close. I'm sorry, Kaylee. Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson. I remember him because I liked him a lot in this film, and he's got a very simple name. But Rain gets a message from her friend, ex-boyfriend Tyler, who's cooking up a plan to get him and her and his sister and a annoying cousin and cousin's girlfriend or partner off the planet, and to steal a ship essentially and make their way to this beautiful new planet where they can start a new life.
And so they go onto an abandoned space station.
And nothing could go wrong.
Nothing.
Yes, they need to get the cryopods essentially, because this place is far enough away that they'll need to jump into cryosleep in order to get there. And their plan is to steal the pods from this decommissioned floating spaceship and snatch them and then pop into cryosleep and go to the place. And that's what happens. They do that successfully.
And nothing bad
happens.
Let's talk about the look of the film.
Yes.
Which is actually my favorite part of the whole thing, because they kind of built this as a sequel to the first Alien. Definitely like a lot of Ridley Scott's like direct blood in all of this production, and you can really tell they really care about it, and it really, really shows. There's lots of attention to detail. All the little buttons and screens are sufficiently 1970s era.
Yeah.
It just works really well. But they also do a really great job of keeping a consistent tone.
Yes.
You believe it. It feels lived in. It feels really, really nice. I know this makes me kind of a strange person, but the first Alien movie is really oddly cozy to me. Like the aesthetic is just really, really nice.
It's very cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's like dirty space truckers.
But it's like homey. They have knickknacks. They have like, it's lived in.
Anyway, they do a good job with that. The cinematography is great. They're a really great sense of motion throughout the whole film. Good use of color. And the aliens are fantastic.
Oh yeah.
How did you feel about the aliens? Person I never thought I'd be able to convince to watch an alien movie, and then you watch the first two without me.
I know.
It's your husband's fault.
I know, it is my husband's fault. My husband Davis said, Lizzie, these are great films, great movies. You should watch them.
I said the same thing, but it didn't work.
Said the exact same thing. Yeah, but it's different. It's different because you're my brother.
Yeah,
and this definitely felt different than at least the first couple Alien films. The aliens were horrifying. I was wondering if it would be kind of like, if the approach they would take for Romulus would be to use a bunch of CG. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that there was a ton of practical effects in this movie, and even watching some of the behind the scenes, the xenomorph models that they used were just crazy. I know Weta worked on this film, and there was also a couple different effects houses, like studio houses.
It was a big production.
I didn't think that was a thing that happened, where multiple studios like this worked together. So the movie looked incredible. The aliens were spooky, but they were also just really interesting. Mm-hmm. I think they felt faithful to the old designs, while being appropriately spooky.
There was this morbid curiosity because you weren't sure how they would turn out, like what they would, how they would act. Like you're in the space with the actors where everybody is that same like sense of terror that comes from this idea of just not knowing what these monsters are going to turn out to be. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty effective.
Yeah, I really liked the look of it.
Yeah. Lizzie, who's your favorite character in the bunch?
My favorite character is Andy, the robot, the synthetic. He's extremely lovable. His character is he's a damaged, sort of old was supposed to be decommissioned.
Yes, I relate to that. Being damaged and old myself.
And full of bad jokes.
Yes.
And just constantly telling bad jokes.
He was my guy. He was like the best dad android.
Yes. But then, I don't know, the actor, David Johnson, just really embodied the synthetic really well. There's that really chilling scene where there's a different android, and they have to upgrade Andy essentially to get clearance to open a certain door, and he is like frozen there the whole time while he's being upgraded. And there's some really cool, like, uncanny movements.
His physical acting is very good.
Yeah, it's very good. It was very convincing. His relationship with Rain, the main character, I thought was good, and I thought they were better together.
Rain was my favorite.
Yeah.
I really liked her. I thought she's a great spiritual successor to Sigourney Weaver.
What'd you like about her?
I just thought she's very believable. She's not a Mary Sue. She does well because she's smart, and she leans into that. But she's scared. She's not afraid to admit she's scared. She's not afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
She's not trying to be something she's not. She's just, her motivations are very clear. Mm-hmm. She's, going to do what she has to do.
Yeah.
And she's just, she's a fun character, and that actress did a great job. There was really nobody there's one character that I didn't like their approach to it. I'm not going to talk about it because it's kind of a spoiler. But we can talk about that later, maybe. I have a spoiler section. But otherwise, like, really all the characters, even the characters that were really annoying and that you immediately knew were going to die horrible deaths, they served their purpose and they were fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not everyone has to be likable, nor should they be. Because it's an alien movie, some people are going to get...
I feel like we should just apply that rule to life.
Don't expect everyone to be nice all the time.
And they shouldn't be.
I will say that I do think that the cast and even the side characters were more memorable and impactful to me in this one than in Prometheus.
I literally could tell you nothing about any of the actors in Prometheus at all.
I did not remember. It felt like there were so many characters in Prometheus.
Which is funny because we did a film face on Prometheus, and at the time I really liked it, and it's one of those movies that the more I watch it, the less I know about it.
Absolutely. They set out to answer a bunch of questions of which they did not.
They did not.
They just made more. But I thought that everybody here was believable, and I was rooting for them and curious to see how they pull it off. And it's nice, I don't know if we've mentioned this yet, that they're all young. And so all the kind of questionable decision making that they do is also believable.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of put yourself in their shoes that way, and it doesn't take you out of the movie too much.
Do you have anything you want to say about the sound of the music?
I don't have anything meaningful to say about it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it wasn't really...
It was like set dressing a little bit.
Yeah. Let's talk about the overall, I don't want to say messages of the film, because I don't necessarily think this movie was out trying to say something.
No, but I think that there were effective themes that tied to the themes of the old movies. So the old movies were very concerned about technology.
Yeah.
They were concerned about cosmic horror.
Yeah. Corporate greed.
Which in all the cosmic horror is always a reflection of people.
True.
Because none of these things would exist if some bad aspect of humankind hadn't gone out there and interacted with them.
Yeah.
Right? They were there because somebody wanted to use it for bad ends.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this one, again, nailed the corporate greed aspect, the corporate dystopia, which was always a huge piece. Mm-hmm. They nailed, I think the new aspect that I guess you could kind of say was there with the second Alien movie was the importance of family and of looking out for each other and of what different forms family can take, and even in how they're all valid. There was a lot of talking about what makes a person.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
You're not really a person because you're a machine.
Right.
And obviously because the character was also black.
Right.
There's a tie to a lot of the racial history that people have gone through, and so it's a poignant discussion that we still need to have, and we'll probably need to have for the rest of eternity. Yeah. But so I feel like that was really well handled. One of my main gripes with the Prometheus stuff in retrospect is that I don't need to know all the answers. I don't want to know all the answers. I don't care if some maladjusted android is responsible for the aliens in the first place. I don't care.
Yeah, part of what makes cosmic horror so scary is that you don't know.
You don't know, and you can't know.
Yeah.
It's beyond our understanding, and that's what makes it terrifying. Mm-hmm. And I think they figured that out in this, and they leaned into it, and that was cool. And it also makes it you don't write yourself into a corner.
Yes.
In that situation, you can make more movies about these characters and about these aliens, and you can do whatever you want because you don't have to be, canonically speaking, it was the green goo first and then the black goo.
Yeah, and you can still, there's room to expand the universe in horrifying ways, and I think this movie also does. And the last, third of the movie takes things to a place that I didn't expect to take and that actual nightmare fuel.
Hey man, as a person that actually has children and has watched births happen, I don't need to see that scene ever again in my life.
I never need to see any of that again.
No.
I know, as soon as you hear there's one of the cast members is pregnant, you're like, oh no!
No.
What were some of your issues with this movie? What things did you not like about it?
There was one special effect that just didn't work. And they leaned into it so much, and it's like you had so many opportunities to just do something different. And they actually did do it different on the set. But instead, they were like, no, let's just make it digital later. It's like, no, just do it, because they did so much right with the practical effects.
Yeah.
But then there was this one thing they did, and it was just completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Could have done it totally different, and it would have been fine. And it just really drove me out of it. It was a cool idea, but it wasn't necessary. But and then there were some scenes that were extra. The movie was too long, but otherwise it was good. It was enjoyable. I thought it was really, really well done. Obviously, it's not as good as the first two Alien movies, but it's up there with them. It's better than any of the others.
Wow.
Come on now, give me the ball.
Yeah, it's true. And I think it's it doesn't have to be like that. It really feels like Fede Alvarez, the director, just really loves the world and wanted to celebrate that and play and have fun with it.
For sure.
And I, to a certain extent, when you have a franchise, that's got to be the best possible way to use that IP, right? Just having fun with it and not necessarily trying to be the first Alien movie again.
Right. Or to do something for the sake of doing it. Let's be the first Alien movie to do this. It was no, just tell a good Alien story.
Yeah, just tell a cool Alien story, have a cool, have some cool special effects, have some scary moments, you know.
Have people that we care about.
Yeah, there are certain things that people expect out of an Alien movie. You expect facehuggers, you expect xenomorphs, but there's room to play in there, and this movie does a lot of homage to the old movies, which I know is kind of a point of contention for some viewers.
It wasn't too much, though.
No, and as somebody that recently watched at least the first few, I didn't find them. The only thing that really took me out was that effect that you mentioned earlier. So.
Yeah. How about you? You have any problems with it? That's it?
I agree with you that I think it was maybe a little bit too long. I do think it wasn't as, for me, Prometheus felt really long and it didn't feel like it was very well paced. This feels like it's a little more well paced than Prometheus, but there are some sections that felt a little bit extra. We've already played this part.
These are pretty minor gripes, all in all. It's we're kind of looking for stuff, but all in all, it was really well put together.
don't like scary movies.
So
I am not a horror
impressed.
person.
I'm impressed with
Thank you. This one definitely.
Or I'm impressed with you.
Thank you, Davis. I will definitely say this one, if you're a person that likes horror, rather than just the first Alien is very thriller, it's intense.
Psychological.
Yeah, it's psychological.
Yeah.
This one still has elements of that, but there's a lot more just outright horror going on in this one, which I think is really fun for a lot of people.
Well, it's also more appropriate for the time.
Yes.
Because that's what people expect.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So I thought it was nice. I'm never going to watch it again because it was very scary. But I didn't even get nightmares.
Will you watch the sequel?
Maybe.
Yay!
As long as there's no good and plenties. Womp. Brian, why'd you pick that candy?
Originally?
Yeah. Of all the candies you could have picked.
I honestly think I looked for the grossest candy and just grabbed it. Because I love you.
I love you too.
What do you want to do for a summary? I want to give this 4 out of 5 scared faces.
Just 4 scared Brian faces. Oh.
That's up to you. Make me 4 scared Brian faces.
Sorry, Davis. Sorry, editing Davis. Yeah, I would give this a scared Lizzi face.
Just one?
Well, yeah, because I I ran out of the room.
Oh, okay.
I was covering my face.
Yeah.
One hidden Lizzie peeking out behind Finger's face. Because I didn't want to watch it, but I also wanted to know what was going to happen next, which I think is a mark of a good horror film for somebody that doesn't like horror.
Yes.
So yeah, I would say it's not like a masterpiece, but I think it's a fun time.
Yeah,
It's a popcorn poppin' time.
I will watch the next one, with or without you.
Good. I might watch it. Our director Davis is telling us to tell you to like and subscribe to this channel that has not been active for literally 12 years.
Or we'll go to your house and place good and plenties in all of your drawers and cabinets.
The real horror, the real cosmic horror.
Right,
Bad
like
candy.
bad candy. Where does it come from? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe. We will do this again, and it will
Yes.
not be 10 years in the future. God, I hope not.
You heard it here, folks.
Oof.
Let us know if you want us to review anything specifically. Don't comment horror movies. I won't watch them.
And don't spill your popcorn at your local theater. Clean up after yourself.
That's true. We cleaned up after ourselves after the skit.
We did.
So clean up after yourself, silence your cell phones, etc.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're like, well, I'm not going to watch this movie because I don't know what all this Remus and Romulus stuff is about.
Yeah.
It's about some children and a wolf, and I'm sure it's not appropriate.